Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, but not because it's Friday, but because it's almost Shabbos. And of course, Shabbos is the highlight of the week. It's a really special time. No matter where you are and who you're with, you have to make Shabbos special. So we were talking yesterday I started telling you about my friend and his father and private time with Hashem and the great Hasidic masters. They call it hitbodedut, private times, individual time with Hashem, to engage in personal prayer. So this is a whole topic. I don't know if we've ever spoken about it in the videos, but there's of course formal prayer that takes place in the synagogue or with a group of people. But then there's something which in many ways is even more important, and that's called personal prayer. And personal prayer means that I, by myself, in a private place with nobody around, and I'm having a personal conversation with God, with my Creator. Now, it used to be that if you did this and somebody saw you, they would think you're crazy. But now, it's very simple. You take your AirPods or whatever, you put them in, and that way, if you're speaking out loud, no one thinks you're crazy. They just think you're on a phone conversation. So I would like to suggest that people try this out. It's called personal prayer. Shabbat is the perfect time to do it. Take a little time by yourself. If it's nice, you can walk somewhere. If it's not, you can sit inside by yourself in a room with the door closed and involve yourself in a personal conversation with your Creator. Now, just to follow the template of how that should work, it should involve three parts. Part one is you should begin the conversation with recognition of God's oneness, His greatness, how awesome and how powerful, how God is the source of everything. And then part two, the main part of the conversation, is opening up your heart and pouring out your heart and sharing with your Creator where you're at, where your emotions are at, where you're spiritually at, what your feelings are, what you're missing, what you're lacking, what you need, what's not going right in your life, what you're afraid of, what your insecurities are. Share that in a personal conversation, and that can be a minute, that can be 10 minutes, that can be 2 hours. It's up to you. And then at the end of the conversation, conclude by thanking. We always conclude our personal prayer and as well as our communal prayer by thanking God, thanking Hashem, our Creator, for everything He does for us, for all the daily blessings and all the daily gifts that He gives us. So try it out. It's Shabbat. It's a perfect time for His bodedus, for personal prayer. It feels a little weird at first, but if you can get into it, I promise you it can be a real game changer. So enjoy. Have a wonderful Shabbat, and we will connect on the other side. Shabbat Shalom.